Good morning, my melanin beauties. So this video is going to be a part of the soft life conversations, and I wanted to talk about things that have been keeping me consistent lately, okay? And just so you know, if you're new to the channel, I used to be a hot mess, okay? I was never consistent with any of the goals that I had. I had a lot of ideas and things I wanted to do, whether it was losing weight, starting a business, going back to school, saving money, like so many things that I wanted to do in life, but I was never consistent with any of the things. And now that I have been in my level up, glow up journey for the past, let's say like 4 years now, consistency is truly key, but I recognize that it can be hard. Like staying consistent with stuff, even if it's something that you really want to do, is a challenge. And so let's go ahead and get into it. So for me, when it comes to feeling good in my body and just feeling good about myself, one thing that I do to stay consistent with that is getting dressed every single day. Okay. And I work from home. I am a full-time content creator. I would say I'm at home probably 90% of the time, and I'm very introverted, okay? So when I step outside, that is not my normal. I Instacart, I work out downstairs in my apartment complex. I do get 20K steps in, but that's typically just kind of around my neighborhood and the plaza that's kind of like 2 miles away. I kind of stick to the same route, but getting dressed, I was not always doing that. I would shower and do my basic hygiene, right? But if I had a day where I was pretty much going to be in front of the computer, maybe doing back end stuff, editing, I would just put on sweatpants. I would not do my hair. I would not do my makeup, and I damn sure wouldn't put on a matching set. But now, like, the power of getting dressed, even if you're not going somewhere, is top tier. Like, even though I work out downstairs in my apartment complex gym, I still put on a matching set. I will literally get in my closet and be like, okay, well, I wore these shorts the other day. I'm going to wear these shorts and I'm going to pair it with this sports bra. Like, and I'm the only one down there, okay? Because I work out, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning when I'm lifting. I am the only one in the gym downstairs, and I still make sure that I put on my matching set because I like to look at myself in the mirror when I'm weightlifting and doing my sets. And when you like what you see, it makes you want to keep going. Like seeing my muscles flex, seeing my shoulders and my traps and my incoming 6-pack, like that makes me feel so good about myself. And then I pair it with a matching set. Girl, I literally look forward to my gym sets. And something that I started doing, I would say probably like 6 months ago, every week I order something off of Amazon to just kind of make my sets new. So I might order a new sports bra, or I might order a new pair of workout pants, or a new pair of gym shorts, or a new sweater, like a new cover up. Like I'm always ordering something. And this stuff, like if you work out, you'll see on Amazon, you can get a sports bra for like $16, right? You can get a pair of gym shorts for like $20. It's really not that expensive, right? And so that's just a way for me to keep the excitement so I don't get bored with my gym sets. One thing that I started ordering, I cannot wait until it gets warmer outside, like consistently, is tennis skirts. I am so excited about this. They're so cute. They're so feminine. I cannot wait. So I have 3 already ready to go. I have a light pink tennis skirt. I have a baby blue, and I have yellow. And I am chocolate, like chocolate. I'm trying to think. I don't wear MAC foundation anymore, but when I was wearing it, I'm an NW50, and I could probably even do an NW55 in the summertime. That is my skin tone, and I love colors. I used to be so afraid of colors. Like I used to always try to wear black or dark colors like burgundy or navy blue, but now I'm bright. I am bright. Like if the color ain't bright, I don't want it. Like I'm all about my pinks. Ooh, baby blues look so good. Royal blue. Oh my God. Like I love royal blue on my skin tone. Yellow too. Yellow, mustard. So pretty. I like red, but I don't feel like red hits the same, at least in my opinion, as mustard, as yellow, as royal blue. I love orange on me too. I think that looks so pretty. And you know what else I really started liking? Green. Yes, green. Ladies, if you are chocolate like me, get you some green. I'm telling you, these colors be popping on our skin tones. Like, it's so pretty. And it's crazy how I used to run away from colors when I was younger. And I'm like, what the hell was wrong with me? Like, why was I so afraid of color? Get you some colors. It really just makes you feel good. And another reason why I stopped wearing black as much, like I still have black pants, like workout pants. I still wear those from time to time, especially if I'm walking and it's cold because it's just a thicker material, just because of the brand that I purchased. But one thing I don't like about black is like death. You know what I mean? Like when you go to a funeral, what is everyone wearing? Black. But I'm not deathly. Like I'm alive, I'm vibrant, I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm radiant, right? So I want colors to match that. Like it's all about energy for me. And I've noticed, at least for myself, like what I wear or how I present myself really just shows how I feel about myself. When I was younger and in my 20s, I wasn't the happiest. I was very overweight, depressed. I used to be an alcoholic. I was miserable at my job. And the way I presented myself reflected that. Like, I wish I was making content back then so you guys could see like the complete transformation from what I used to look like and how I look now. And not only am I 100 pounds smaller, but I just feel different. Like I'm always smiling. I just feel alive. I feel well rested. Like I just feel amazing. And so wearing colors, for me, it reflects that. It just shows energy. It just shows enthusiasm. I don't know, but definitely getting dressed for sure. And just making sure I feel good in my body. So something else that I do to stay consistent is my walking routine. So on average, I walk about 20K steps a day. Okay. Some days might be 10K, but most days is 20K. Now, okay, let me tell y'all this before we get started. I had started to experience some aching in my right hip. This happened last week. First, it was like a little crackle pop. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why is my hip cracking like this? Like I've had knee problems. I used to play basketball back in college and high school. I had 2 knee surgeries, but that was 10 plus years ago. I'm 35. This was probably back in like when I was 18, 19-ish, right? And when I got heavier, my knee pain got worse. But then as I've gotten lighter and more active, I don't really have knee problems like that. Like I forget that I had knee surgeries. Like I feel good. And so this past week, randomly, I don't know if this is just what comes along with getting old or what, but randomly, I woke up, got out of the bed to go to the bathroom and start my day, and I started feeling cracking in my hip. And I'm like, where is this coming from? Why do I feel cracking? No, it didn't hurt. It didn't ache. I just kind of felt it. But the more I walked, it would just disappear. So I'm like, okay, maybe I just need to stretch more because I'm not a stretcher. I know. I used to be doing yoga all the time. I need to get back into that. But like the past 5 months or so, I kind of fell off of my yoga routine. And so I was like, okay, this is just confirmation that I need to get back in yoga. I can't be lifting and walking and doing all the things and not stretching. Like, what are we doing? And I'm getting older. Like, come on, Jazz. So, it was cracking here and there, but it went away. So I was like, okay, I just need to get back into yoga. The very next day, I felt this like tightness, like this stiffness. It wasn't affecting me walking or sitting, but I just kind of felt tight, something that I have not felt in my hips at all. So I'm like, all right, I need to stretch. I just need to stretch. So I did some hip flexors and I did like some, is it crybaby? Basically like where you kind of have your hips up in the air and you're on your knees and you kind of lay forward when you stretch your arms out. I forget what that's called, but I was doing that. I did some pigeon. I think that's what that's called. Crybaby is where you lay on your back and you grab your feet. I did that. And what is the one where you are on your knees and your butt touches the heels of your feet and then you stretch your arms forward? it's not coming to me right now, but I did that, right? So I'm like, okay, I just need to stretch. Like, I'm tight. I felt tight. My hips were not opening like normal. I was like, I just need to stretch, right? So I did that, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to start incorporating stretching. Whoop-de-whoop. The next day, my hip was hurting. I was like, what? Like, it was hurting. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like the worst pain ever, it was like a 2 or a 3. So it wasn't something that was stopping motion, but I was like, okay, this is not okay. So I didn't walk for the past 3 days. I just kind of let my hips rest. I didn't lift or anything. But today it felt great. So I did my first 10K steps. I lifted, but I didn't do any squats today or anything like that. But I'm just going to take it easy for the next few days until we're officially in the clear. I'm going to get back into my yoga, but I do love my walking routine. And that's another reason why I was kind of upset, because I was like, no, I don't want to stop my walking routine. Like, I love my step routine. So basically what I do is I break it into 2. So I'll do 10K in the morning and then 10K in the afternoon. My first 10K I do, it's still cold outside where I'm at, especially in the morning time. So I live in an apartment complex, and it's like one big building, and there's elevators to get to the floor that you need to get on. So what I'll do is I'll just walk the halls around multiple times. So I'll do that for the first 10K steps, then I'll lift. And then later, after I finish making content, so around like 11/noon, it's a little bit warmer out, and I'll do my last 10K steps outside. And I love that for me, like the fresh air. Even though it's been cold, it's getting slightly warmer, like 50s. Last week it hit 65. Oh my God, I was so excited about that. This week it looks like it's gonna be 40s, so it's gonna be pretty chilly, but I'll still walk outside just to get the fresh air and the sunlight. And I love that. I've started walking, like I said earlier, there's a plaza that's like 2 miles from me. So I'll walk there and I'll walk around the shops, and it's a whole vibe for me. And when I'm walking, I kind of mix it up. Sometimes I'll listen to some podcasts. Sometimes I'll listen to music. It's really just my vibe. Sometimes I do not listen to anything, and I'll just kind of reflect. I don't like to walk and be on my phone, especially like when I'm outside. I like to just enjoy the scenery, but I love that, breaking it down. So for me, because I walk at a relatively slow pace, this is a peaceful walk. I'm not trying to sweat on this walk. So I walk at a pace of like 22 minutes per mile. And I love that. It's so relaxing. I'm in my matching set. I'm feeling good. And it just allows me to have structure without feeling overwhelmed. And because I walk at a slower pace, it takes me about 3.5 hours total. So I'll do like 1.5 hours in the morning and then 1.5 hours in the afternoon. And that's kind of pretty much how I close out my day. So yeah, the next thing that I do to stay consistent, or things that keep me consistent, I should say, is keeping the promises that I make to myself. Okay, I told you guys a few minutes ago, I used to always have goals, but I would never follow through. I might have did it for a day or two, maybe a week or two, but best believe after a month, like, there was no more. Very inconsistent, no discipline whatsoever. And that's what attributes to being insecure, not having confidence. Because basically what you're saying to yourself subconsciously, whether you realize it or not, is I'm not worthy of this goal. Because if I was worthy, I would show up for it. But since I feel like I'm not worthy, then there's really no need for me to keep going. That's really what you're signaling to yourself when you break the promises to yourself. And so over time, that erodes your confidence, and then you don't have any. Think about it like this. Like, I use this example all the time when I'm talking to my students. Imagine you met a man and he was your type times 10. So for me, chocolate, bearded, white teeth. Oh my goodness, right? Okay. And you meet this man and he's telling you everything you want to hear, right? He's going to take you here. He's going to treat you like this. He's going to call you at this time. And you're just here for it. You're enjoying the connection. So you think, well, over time, he's not keeping those promises, right? He's not calling you at the time he said he would. He's ghosting you. He ain't took you nowhere. Over time, you're going to start to realize, okay, I cannot trust this Negro at all, right? This Negro is a liar. And so you're going to pull back, right? If you are in a healthy relationship with yourself, you will pull back. Now, if you are trauma bonding, right, you're not going to pull back, you're going to lean in. But the healthy response is to pull back because you recognize that you cannot trust him because he is showing you time and time again that he's not trustworthy. Okay, well, what do you think you're doing to yourself? When you tell yourself you're going to do something and then you don't do it, you are telling yourself, I can't trust me because I never show up for me. And so, like I said, that erodes your confidence. Can't do that. Cannot do that. If you tell yourself that you are going to work on your business, then you have to work on your business. Like, we can't keep doing the, oh, well, I'm tired, or, oh, I don't have time. That's a bold-faced lie because you're always on social media. You always have time to hang out with your friends. You got time to watch TV, but you mean to tell me you don't have time to show up for yourself? Make it make sense. And see, when you do start keeping the promises that you make to yourself and you start feeling good about yourself, you don't tolerate bullshit. This is what I said. Like, if you are a truly confident woman, you're not going to lean into a man who is lying to you. You're going to be like, oh, no, F him. He ain't even worth my time. He ain't even worth the time of day. I'm good, right? But that's because you're confident in yourself. A woman who is insecure, and trust me, I've been there. I have leaned in and tried to overextend. I have done those things, but that's because I was insecure. Because what? I was always breaking promises to myself. I was telling myself for years I was going to lose weight. Ain't never lost the weight, right? Telling myself I was going to start a business. Where's the business? Telling myself this, telling myself that, and was never getting it done. And it showed based off of how I would act towards dating and stuff like that when I was younger. Like, it's you have to keep the promises that you make to yourself. Like, consistency for me is less about motivation and more about not breaking my own word. Okay. And over time, as you keep showing up for yourself, you feel so good about yourself. I cannot make this up. So, I don't want to hear how tired you are. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, having confidence in yourself changes your entire life, and it changes the way you view the world. So, we got to lock in. We got to stop making excuses for ourselves and just start locking in. So another thing that keeps me consistent is protecting my environment. So I told you guys in another video, I have housekeepers and they come once a week. I need them in my life, and I'm so glad that they're in my life, because when my environment is clean, I just feel more creative. I feel more productive. I feel more at peace, right? And when I have that mindset, it's so easy for me to come up with content ideas. It's so easy for me to stick to my routine because my environment is signaling peace to my nervous system. When I used to live in clutter and I didn't have housekeepers, I would have stuff all over the place. Nothing was organized, especially like in my kitchen. Like, my seasonings weren't organized. My pantries weren't organized. My refrigerator wasn't organized. Nothing was organized. And my mindset wasn't organized. My mindset was chaotic as hell. And it makes sense as to why my living space was the same way. Your internal world reflects your external world, right? And now that I am at peace, now that I am genuinely happy and I'm confident, it shows not just on me and how I carry myself throughout the day, but my living space as well. So having my housekeepers, oh my gosh, it's a godsend. And it just signals less chaos. So my life is not chaotic anymore. I don't have people, being funny around me or switching up or acting cool one day, not cool the next. There's consistency. I don't have toxicity in my life anymore. And my environment shows that. Something else I do that keeps me consistent is keeping things simple. So I used to overthink everything. I think a lot of us do, especially as women, because we want everything to be so perfect. But what we fail to realize is nothing is perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. So stop trying to be, because it's not going to happen. And honestly, it just stagnates you. So I don't overcomplicate anything. I make things simple. I like to make content that flows with what I'm already doing. So when I was on my weight loss journey, making content, going to the gym, that was something I was going to do whether I was recording it or not. I just happened to bring my camera with me. I don't like to do things that take me out of my routine. I don't like to do things that feel forced. If I do have a day where I just don't feel like there's anything for me to talk about when it comes to content, then I just won't record content. It's okay. One thing that I have noticed for myself to stay consistent with my YouTube channels and, my reels, my Instagram, all that stuff is I batch record and then I have that content queued out 2 weeks in advance. So that way I have room if, like, let's say tomorrow I'm supposed to go live on TikTok and YouTube. But let's say tomorrow was a day where I wasn't supposed to go live, right? It was just a content day. But let's say when I got the day started, I finished my lift and stuff. Let's just say I didn't feel inspired to create something. Well, it's not the end of the world because I already have 2 weeks worth of content already queued out. So I allow myself that freedom and that space to listen and be like, okay, yes, I was going to make content today, but I just don't feel inspired to create anything. And it's okay. I still have, basically a week and a half to come up with something. And typically I end up coming with something. So I don't overcomplicate the process. I don't spend a lot of time editing my videos. Whether you're listening on this channel or you tuned into my other YouTube channels, I don't really do any type of jump cutting. My edits are simple. My edits are simple because I'm simple. Like, I just like to keep things simple. I like to just flow. I like to just talk. And what I say is what I say. Like, I don't want to have to go back and be like, oh, I think I misspoke there. Let me find where I said that and, chop that out. No, it's in there. It's just in there, right? And one other thing that I do too to keep things simple is I just focus on what's going to move the needle forward, which is consistency. The more you do something, the better you get, right? I don't overcomplicate my workouts. So I do full body every day. That's how my trainer trained me. And I've been lifting heavy weights now for 3 years. And so I just hit one muscle group. I just hit each muscle group every time I lift. So I'll do one leg exercise, one bicep exercise, one back exercise. I'll alternate between shoulders or chest because those typically, like if you're doing a shoulder, you're also doing slight chest and vice versa. So I'll do one or the other. So I might do shoulder flies one day, but then the next day I might do seated chest press, right? I'll do one ab exercise. And that's what I do every time I lift. But I keep it simple. I'm not sitting here like, okay, I got to do 5,000 squats and then I got to go do RDLs. And then I got to go do leg press. And then I got to go do this. No, I don't do all that. I keep it very simple. And what I've noticed is the more simple you keep stuff, the easier it is to stay consistent. When you start trying to overcomplicate things and do things that are outside of your routine and what aligns with you, the harder it is to stay consistent. And if you don't stay consistent, it's not going to happen, right? So that's something I do. Keep it very, very simple. Same with like eating healthy. So I make simple meals. My meals are not extravagant. My meals take like 20 minutes. And I am someone that can eat the same thing every day if I like it. So for the past 2 months now, I have been eating oatmeal for breakfast. I'll do 1/3 cup of protein oats with 1 cup of soy milk. I'm plant-based, so I'll do 1 cup of soy milk. I'll do a half a banana. I'll do 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. I'll sprinkle some cinnamon in there. And then I'll do about 1.5 cups of blueberries. That has been my breakfast for a very long time, every single day. And I look forward to it. I am still not tired of it. For lunch, I do the same thing. I'll do a cup of white rice with stir fry. So tempeh, bell pepper, onion, jackfruit, and I'll put a jerk sauce marinade on it. Oh, it is so freaking good. I love it. I have been eating that for about 2 months. And then for my dinner, I'll do a non-dairy yogurt. I'll do 170 grams. I'm not sure. I think that's like about 3/4 cup. I weigh it out. So 170 grams of the non-dairy yogurt with a drizzle of maple syrup and then a cup of blueberries. And I have been eating that every day for a very long time, and I'm still not tired of it. I'm not sitting here trying to figure out the fanciest meal to eat, because when you do the most, like I said, it is so hard to keep going. I like to make my decisions simple, right? So I like eating the same thing every day. If I enjoy it, like if it's something that I truly find delicious, then yeah, I'm going to eat it every day, because now I don't have to ask myself, okay, Jazz, what are you eating for lunch today? Okay, Jazz, what are we eating for dinner today? Because it's already been decided, right? It's already been decided. It's already in the fridge. I keep all the ingredients that I need stocked. So, every couple of days I do order off of Instacart, because I've noticed like the blueberries, they don't stay good for that long. I don't know what's going on with Wegmans. Like I can't have blueberries in the fridge for like 7 days because they go bad. I don't like soggy blueberries. I think that's absolutely disgusting. It's the texture thing for me. Even if there's no mold on them, if they're soggy, oh no. I like my blueberries like firm, like a grape, like that type of texture. So I've noticed that I can only keep blueberries in the fridge for about 3 days before they get too soft for me. So because of that, I will Instacart every other day, and I'll just always make sure I have my produce. Like, produce doesn't last long anyway. So like my bananas, my bell peppers, my onions, my mushrooms. Oh, that's the other thing I put in there. The stir fry that I make, I do 1 case of the Maetke mushrooms. I think it's Mietke. So you know how you get the small container of mushrooms? They're like $4, something like that. I'll do 1 full container. So when I order my Wegmans, I order like 5 things of the mushrooms, because each container is 1 meal. But that's how I keep my stuff simple, which allows me to stay consistent. So yeah. And this also, it keeps the peace, because like I said earlier, not having to always make decisions. Making decisions can be tiresome. Like, you ever been with your partner and you're like, okay, what do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? Like, that's so annoying, right? Nobody knows. So it gets exhausting, because it's like you have to make a decision, and decision making can be exhausting. But if you know what you're going to do every day, the decision has already been made for you, and now you can just go. But let me know what you ladies think. Leave a comment down in the comment section, and I'll talk to you next time. Stay beautiful, ladies.